Next up is our Proclamation, Invasive Species Awareness Week. Commissioner Drexler?
Yes, very glad to see Patricia Grover here, our Noxious Weed Board lead. Superhero, too. It is Invasive Species Awareness Week, February 25th through March 3rd, 2018. Whereas invasive species, if I can get that right, including noxious weeds, damage our land and water, harm our wildlife and the productivity of our natural resources, and inhibit management of those resources in Mason County. And whereas every year the costs to prevent, monitor, and control invasive species, combined with the damage to crops, fisheries, forests, and other resources, cost the nation an estimated $137 billion per year. And whereas invasive species are recognized as the second greatest threat to biodiversity worldwide after habitat destruction from human development, and whereas invasive species threaten the survival of native plants and animals and are a significant threat to almost half of the native species listed as federally endangered, including salmon, and whereas invasive species interfere with ecosystems by changing natural processes such as fire, water availability, and flooding, and whereas invasive species impede industry, threaten agriculture, endanger human health, and are becoming increasingly more difficult to prevent and control as a result of global commercialization and human travel, and whereas prevention is far less expensive than trying to remove species once they arrive, and an educated and aware public is highly effective at detecting introduced species early. Now, therefore, we, the Board of County Commissioners of Mason County, do hereby proclaim February 25th through March 3rd, 2018, as Invasive Species Awareness Week in Mason County, and encourage all people in Mason County to learn more about preventing invasive species by visiting https wise, wise.wa.gov. That's wise.wa.gov.
Kind of a surprise. So as the coordinator for the Mason County Noxious Weed Control Program, we have a charge under RCW to enforce the noxious weed laws in the state. Mason County is always what I call a little friendlier, kinder weed county. And we really work to assist property owners who are working to control their noxious weeds. So when I saw the opportunity for the proclamation, I thought, okay, we're going to get the word out there one more way. And so thank you, Commissioner, for reading that tonight. So what we have in store for 2018 is we'll continue to work with some Forest Service money to work areas within National Forest land and approaching National Forest. We're going to work with the knotweed program to assist property owners that have knotweed on their properties. And there's other entities that are also doing that. And we will be at just about every activity, every function that's taking place in the county with our traveling weed show. So we encourage you to stop in and learn, Tom. So that's kind of what we have planned. I'm kind of trying to wrap up 2017, but we're working on it. Anything else? Any questions?
I thank you for your work.
I
think that the facts and information made available in that proclamation are compelling.
It is.
And, you know, we here in Mason County and a lot of Western Washington have seen the effects when we look across the fields at the Scotch broom each year and how hard everybody tries to control that. But that's a perfect example of how it does change the ecosystem.
My earlier career was a rare plant botanist. So if that doesn't drive a person to keep the impacts of invasives away from a passion that you have, then nothing will. So just kind of following the passion.
Well, that does explain why you put such great effort into what you do.
Yeah. Thank you.
You do.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay.
Thank you very much for your work.
Thank you.